You work hard, do everything to earn money, but at the end of the month, it feels like it's gone, right? It leaves you frustrated, worried, and not knowing what to do. Do you know why? Because there are financial mistakes that, without you realizing it, are draining your money and holding you back from moving forward. In this video, I'll show you the 30 mistakes that are making you poorer, according to Warren Buffett's teachings, and I'll teach you how to avoid them in a practical way. If you want to stop watching your money slip through your fingers and start building a more secure future, stay with me until the end. Let's transform your finances now. And let's get into the first mistake. But before we start, make sure you're subscribed to the channel because the upcoming videos will be part of a series of content designed to help you change your financial life. Imagine you have a friend who bought an expensive pair of sneakers just to impress the kids at school. But to do that, he spent all the money he had and even borrowed some from his mom. Now, he can't afford important things like lunch or school supplies. Sounds silly, right? But many adults do this all the time. They buy expensive clothes or bags to look rich but end up in debt. The secret is to remember that what matters is not what you wear but who you are. Instead of spending everything to impress others, how about saving money for something that will truly make a difference in your life? If you learn this early, you'll be much happier and never have to worry about debt. Imagine you really want a new toy that all your friends have, but you don't have the money right now. So, you decide to borrow it from someone who charges interest. Sounds like a good idea, right? But when it's time to pay it back, you realize you have to pay much more than you borrowed. It's as if that toy ended up costing twice as much. Many adults do the same. They use credit cards or take loans to buy things they can't afford at the moment. But the interest grows so fast that suddenly, they can't get out of debt. The best way to avoid this? Save up before buying what you want and never spend more than you can afford. That way, you'll always be in control and never fall into this trap. Saving money seems simple, but many people forget to do it and end up spending everything on the present without thinking about the future. Saving is not just putting aside what's left over. It's about setting aside a portion of what you earn before spending on anything else. The earlier you start, the faster your money will grow, thanks to compound interest. It's like financial magic. The money you save today can multiply over time. Investing is like planting a seed that grows into a large tree full of fruit in the future. Starting early gives you a huge advantage. So, instead of spending on unnecessary things, develop the habit of saving and investing. This ensures that you'll have financial security and be able to achieve your long-term dreams. Imagine you're filling a bucket with water to water your plants, but it has several small holes in the bottom. The water keeps leaking without you noticing, and in the end, there's nothing left to use. That's how life works for those who don't control their money. Without keeping track of what comes in and goes out, small expenses disappear like water, and before you know it, your salary is gone, and bills remain unpaid. To avoid this, think of it as plugging the bucket's holes. Write down everything you spend, even that coffee or quick snack. At the end of the month, review where your money went and see what you can cut. This way, you avoid waste and can use your money for what really matters, without unpleasant surprises. So, are you financially disciplined, or do you struggle to make your money last? Write in the comments, and I'll help you. Paying more than you should for bills like internet, electricity, phone, or gas happens often when we don't take the time to compare prices and negotiate. Many times, we stick with what we already have and don't even realize there are cheaper plans or promotions available. A few minutes of research or a phone call to renegotiate your contract can make a big difference. For instance, asking about loyalty discounts or threatening to switch providers can significantly reduce your monthly costs. Reviewing your basic expenses regularly is a simple way to save money without having to change your lifestyle. Any money saved from these small adjustments can be used for something more important or set aside for the future. Do you know those promotions that say, "Today only," or "Buy now and save"? They're designed to play with our emotions and make us buy things we don't even need. The problem is that, often, we buy on impulse and later realize we wasted money. A study showed that most people have regretted purchases made just because they seemed like a good opportunity at the time. To avoid this, ask yourself, do I really need this? Will I use it in a month? Is it worth the space it will take up? If the answer is no, save the money. It can be used for something more useful, like learning something new or investing in your future. Avoiding unnecessary purchases is an important step to gaining better financial control. Life is full of surprises. A car tire might go flat, a pipe at home might leak, or an urgent medical expense might arise. Without an emergency fund, these situations become much more complicated because you end up needing expensive loans or using your credit card limit, which comes with very high interest rates. The recommendation is to save at least 3 to 6 months' worth of your monthly expenses. This fund should be kept separate from your daily use money and used only for real emergencies. Having this reserve provides peace of mind to handle unexpected situations without putting your finances at risk. Start small, but start today. A little effort now can prevent big problems in the future. Joao loved having the latest gadgets. Every time a new phone was released, he would replace his old one, even if it was still working perfectly. At first, it seemed amazing to have the newest devices, but he started to realize that all his money was going toward these constant upgrades. One day, he did the math and found out that, over 2 years, he had spent enough to take a dream vacation or even invest in something important. That's when Joao decided to use his devices until the end of their lifespan before thinking about replacing them. The lesson is clear. Don't fall into the trap of always wanting the latest novelty. Make the most of what you already have, take good care of your devices, and save the money you would have spent for something more useful and lasting. Taking care of health often takes a back seat until something serious happens. Many people avoid preventive checkups or skip going to the doctor because they think they're fine or want to save money. However, small problems can turn into major expenses if not treated in time. For instance, a simple checkup can identify a treatable condition before it becomes a more severe and costly illness. Additionally, healthy habits, like eating well, exercising, and getting enough sleep, are also investments in your health and your wallet. After all, prevention is always cheaper than cure. Take care of your body today to avoid high medical expenses and live a more peaceful life in the future. Smoking, drinking excessively, or using drugs not only harms your health but also drains your finances. The cost of maintaining these habits over time is much higher than it seems. A smoker, for instance, spends thousands of reais annually on cigarettes, not to mention potential future medical expenses to treat health problems caused by smoking. Alcohol and substance abuse can lead to additional expenses for medications, hospitalizations, or even productivity loss at work. Moreover, these habits can damage other areas of your life, such as relationships and financial opportunities. Quitting these behaviors is not only a decision to improve your health, but also to save money and invest in a better future. How many times have you subscribed to a gym, streaming service, or other memberships full of enthusiasm, only to never use them again? This happens to many people, and these forgotten subscriptions turn into real ghost expenses. You pay month after month for something you don't even remember having. Review all your subscriptions and be honest. Do you really use them regularly? If not, cancel them immediately. Use the money saved for something more useful, like saving or investing. Having clarity about where your money is going helps avoid waste and brings more control to your finances. Remember, paying for something you don't use is like throwing money away. Lucas used to postpone changing his car's oil and cleaning the water tank, thinking he was saving money. Until one day, the car's engine broke down, costing 10 times more than the maintenance, and the water tank caused an expensive leak due to a lack of cleaning. He realized that taking care of things at the right time is much cheaper than fixing them later. Delaying basic maintenance may seem like a saving, but it turns into a massive expense in the future. Planning maintenance, such as servicing the car, checking pipes, and maintaining appliances, helps avoid larger expenses and keeps everything running longer. Schedule and set aside a monthly amount for these care routines. Keeping what you own in good condition is one of the smartest steps to saving and protecting your finances. Going to the supermarket without a plan can lead to carts full of items that will never be consumed. Many families buy more than they need, and it ends up in the trash. Studies show that about 25% of the food budget is wasted this way. To avoid this, plan your weekly menus before shopping and stick to a list of truly necessary items. Another tip is to store food properly to increase its shelf life. Avoiding waste not only saves money but also helps preserve natural resources. Small changes in shopping and consumption habits can make a big difference in the monthly budget and even benefit the environment. Rewards and cashback programs are simple opportunities to save on daily purchases, but many people ignore them. Credit cards, apps, and stores offer benefits that, when used wisely, can result in significant savings over the year. For instance, accumulating points to exchange for products or services or receiving part of the amount spent in cash can boost your budget. The key is to focus your purchases on a few reliable and strategic programs that truly benefit your lifestyle. However, avoid the trap of spending more just to accumulate points. Use these programs as allies to save, not as a justification for unnecessary purchases. Financial scams are becoming increasingly sophisticated, promising quick and easy profits. Phrases like "make money effortlessly" or "guaranteed returns" may seem appealing but hide traps. Schemes like pyramids, investments in unknown cryptocurrencies, or even miraculous opportunities often result in financial losses. Before investing in anything, ask yourself, do I understand how this works? Is it backed by reliable sources? If the answer is no, it's better to avoid it. Research the company, seek opinions from experts, and don't make impulsive decisions. The golden rule is, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is a scam. Skepticism and information are your best weapons against financial fraud. Betting might seem like a fun way to make money, but in reality, it's one of the quickest ways to lose everything. Games of chance, like casinos, lotteries, and sports betting, are designed so that the house always wins in the end. The more you play, the more likely you are to lose. Many people start with small bets and end up in debt, trying to recover what they've lost. Additionally, gambling addiction can harm your emotional and financial well-being. Instead of risking your money on something with no guarantees, invest in financial education or savings. This way, you'll be building a stable future without the stress of losing what you worked so hard to earn. Anna always paid only the minimum amount on her credit card bill, thinking it solved the problem. However, over the months, her debt only grew, and she didn't understand why. The reason? Credit card interest works like a snowball, growing each month and making the debt almost impossible to pay off. One day, Anna calculated how much she was paying just in interest and was shocked. It was enough money for a trip or even to start investing. That's when she decided to change her approach. Anna began paying more than the minimum, and with that, she started breaking free from the debt cycle. The lesson is clear. Paying only the minimum traps you in a financial pitfall. Whenever possible, pay the full amount or as much as you can, and avoid spending more than you can pay off next month. Buying something at the first place you see might seem practical, but it's usually more expensive. Many people skip comparing prices due to lack of time or habit, but this leads to unnecessary expenses. With today's technology, it's easy to search online, check promotions, and even use apps to find where the desired product is cheapest. Additionally, reading reviews from other consumers can help avoid bad purchases and regrets. Whether at the market, physical stores, or services, spending a few extra minutes researching can lead to significant savings, especially on more expensive items. Another tip is to take advantage of coupons or discounts that many stores offer. Developing the habit of comparing prices isn't just about saving money. It's also about using your money more strategically and consciously. After all, every dollar saved can be invested in something more important. Hobbies and pets bring joy and balance to life, but it's easy to lose financial control when investing in them. Many people spend more than they should on toys, accessories, or equipment for hobbies without evaluating whether they really need them. The same goes for pets, where items like clothing, grooming treatments, or specialized services can exceed the budget. To avoid this mistake, assess whether your expenses align with your finances. Focus on the essentials and look for more economical alternatives, such as homemade toys for pets or simpler versions of materials for hobbies. Taking care of what you love is important, but not at the expense of your financial health. Balance is key to enjoying these passions without creating future problems. Planning vacations is exciting, but spending beyond your budget can cause serious financial problems. Many people get carried away by the allure of luxurious trips and end up using credit cards or loans to finance expensive hotels, first-class flights, or exclusive tours. The problem arises when the vacation ends, and the debts start to weigh you down, often lasting months or even years. To avoid this, plan trips that fit within your financial means. Look for promotions, simpler accommodations, and accessible experiences. The goal is to enjoy the break without compromising your financial future. Traveling is an incredible opportunity to recharge, but it will only truly be enjoyable if you don't carry the burden of debt along with you. Make conscious choices so your vacations leave only good memories. Carlos wanted to finance his first car but was surprised to discover he would have to pay very high interest rates. He didn't understand why until he learned that his credit score was low. Carlos always delayed bill payments or only paid part of them, thinking it didn't matter. But a credit score works like a grade that measures how reliable you are at repaying debts. A low score means higher rates and fewer financial options. After this, Carlos decided to change. He started paying his bills on time and monitoring his credit history. Over time, his score improved, and he was able to get better financial conditions. The lesson is simple. Taking care of your credit score today avoids unnecessary costs in the future and opens doors to better opportunities. Many people pay banking fees without even realizing it. Charges like account maintenance, ATM withdrawals from other banks, or transfers may seem small, but when added up over the year, they become a significant amount. This often happens due to a lack of attention or knowledge about the bank services. The solution is simple. Review your account conditions and check if you're paying for something you don't use or that could be replaced with a free service. Research banks or digital accounts that offer fee waivers for the operations you use the most. A little research can save you hundreds of reais a year. Money that can be better used for saving or investing. Don't let unnecessary fees eat away at your budget. Relying solely on a single salary is a significant risk during times of economic instability. If something happens, like a job loss or reduced work hours, the lack of other income sources can lead to debt or even the inability to cover basic expenses. Diversifying your income sources is a smart strategy to reduce this risk. This can include activities like freelancing, selling products or services online, renting out a space, or even investments that generate passive income. Having extra income not only increases your financial security but can also help you achieve goals more quickly. Start small by exploring your skills or interests and develop a plan to diversify your finances. On social media, it's common to find financial gurus promising quick solutions to get rich. Phrases like "earn millions with this simple method" or "get rich in a week" are appealing but often misleading. Most of these influencers lack credentials or real experience in finance, offering advice that can be risky or even fraudulent. Before following any recommendation, research the person's credibility, check if there are real results, and seek opinions from trustworthy experts. Be wary of strategies that seem too good to be true. Solid financial education takes time and effort. Don't be fooled by illusory shortcuts. Focus on reliable sources to ensure sustainable financial growth. When money is tight, the temptation to resort to quick loans is strong. Ads promise instant approval and no red tape, but they hide absurd interest rates that can turn a small debt into a massive problem. These loans often have annual rates exceeding 300%, making them nearly impossible to repay. Before considering these options, look for safer alternatives like renegotiating debts, selling something you don't use, or asking family for help. While they may seem like quick fixes, these loans can jeopardize your financial stability for many years. The best strategy is to avoid this type of credit and plan your finances to handle emergencies without falling into such dangerous financial traps. Mariana loved having coffee at the bakery near work every day. It seemed like a small expense, just 10 Brazilian reals each time. One day, she decided to do the math and realized that, in a month, she was spending over 200 Brazilian reals on this habit alone. This made her think about other small expenses: afternoon snacks, quick parking fees, and even impulse buys at the market. When she added it all up, she saw she was spending nearly 20% of her salary on small things that could be reduced or eliminated. Mariana decided to make changes. She started bringing coffee from home and planning her expenses better. She realized that by controlling small expenses, she had more money left to invest in bigger dreams. The lesson is clear: accumulated small expenses can compromise your finances more than you imagine. Owning a car is seen by many as a symbol of freedom, but the costs go far beyond the purchase price. Fuel, insurance, maintenance, taxes, parking, and depreciation can take up a significant portion of your monthly budget. Many people only consider the financing installment amount and forget these additional expenses, which can exceed the vehicle's initial cost in just a few years. Before buying a car, it's essential to carefully plan for all associated costs and evaluate whether it's truly necessary for your lifestyle. In some cases, alternatives like public transportation, carpooling, or even occasional rentals can be more economical. Remember, owning a car should make your life easier, not complicate your finances. Relying on a single source of income is a huge risk, especially during times of economic uncertainty. If the main job is lost or the salary is reduced, it can become extremely difficult to pay basic bills or maintain your standard of living. Diversifying income sources is a smart strategy to reduce this risk and increase your financial security. This can include freelancing, online sales, property rentals, content creation, or even investments that generate passive income. Even if you start small, these additional sources can grow over time and provide more stability. Think about your skills and explore ways to use them to generate extra income. Diversifying not only protects your finances but also creates opportunities to achieve bigger goals and enjoy greater financial peace of mind. Many people believe that saving for retirement is something that can be postponed, but this is one of the biggest financial traps. The sooner you start saving, the more time your money will have to grow, thanks to compound interest. Delaying this habit means losing valuable years of accumulation, making it necessary to save much larger amounts in the future. Imagine saving just a small amount each month from a young age and watching it grow into a large sum over time. Planning for retirement is more than just about money. It's about ensuring tranquility and independence in the future. Start today, even with small amounts, and take advantage of the power of time to build a stable and comfortable financial future. Well, we're now heading to the final mistake, but before we continue, I noticed you haven't left your like on this video yet. This is very important for YouTube to keep promoting our content, so we can continue helping you. So, go ahead and leave your like. It's free. Many people think that learning about finances is something you do just once, but the world is constantly changing, and financial education must be ongoing. Regulations, technologies, and investment opportunities evolve, and those who don't keep up get left behind. Understanding concepts like compound interest, diversification, and financial planning is essential for making smarter decisions. Moreover, learning to identify financial traps, such as scams or risky investments, protects your money. Dedicating time to studying finances, whether through books, courses, or reliable content, is an investment that always yields returns. Remember, the more you know about money, the more power you have to control your financial future and achieve your goals. So now you know, there are 30 financial mistakes that can drain your money without you even realizing it. But here's the good news. If you stay alert and avoid these mistakes, your future can be much more peaceful. It's like dodging stones on a path. The sooner you notice them, the easier it is to move forward. Think about it. Which of these mistakes have you already made? How about starting to change that today? The secret is simple. Take good care of your money now so you don't suffer later. Thank you for watching this video all the way through. Don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel to keep receiving more content. See you in the next video.